Amerigin, a traditional Celtic poem, read for LibriVox.org by Robert Hespe. I am a stag of 7 tines. I am a flood across a plain. I am a wind on a deep lake. I am a tear the sun lets fall. I am a hawk above the cliff. I am a thorn beneath the nail. I am a wonder among flowers. I am a wizard. Who but I sets the cool head aflame with smoke? I am a spear that roars for blood. I am a salmon in a pool. I am a lure from paradise. I am a hill where poets walk. I am a boar, ruthless and red. I am a breaker, threatening doom. I am a tide that drags to death. I am an infant. Who but I peeps from the unhewn dolmen arch? I am the womb of every holt. I am the blaze on every hill. I am the queen of every hive. I am the shield for every head. I am the tomb of every hope. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Because I Could Not Stop for Death by Emily Dickinson. Read for LibriVox.org by Rebecca Ehrick on February 22, 2008. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. We passed the school where children strove at recess in the ring. We passed the fields of gazing grain. We passed the setting sun. Or rather, he passed us. The dews grew quivering and chill. For only gossamer my gown, my tippet only tulle. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice in the ground. Since then 'tis centuries, and yet feels shorter than the day. I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Blue Squills by Sarah Teasdale. Read for LibriVox.org by Michael Wong 38. How many million Aprils came before I ever knew how white a cherry bow could be, a bed of squills how blue, and many a dancing April, when life is done with me, will lift the blue flame of the flower and the white flame of the tree. Oh, burn me with your beauty then, oh, hurt me, tree and flower, lest in the end death try to take even this glistening hour. Oh, shaken flowers, oh, shimmering trees, oh, sunlit white and blue, wound me that I, through endless sleep, may bear the scar of you. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Convergence of the Twain. Lines on the Loss of the Titanic by Thomas Hardy. Read for LibriVox.org by Paul Curran in the hills of northern England, February 2008. In a solitude of the sea, deep from human vanity, and the pride of life that planned her, stilly couches she. Steel chambers, late the pyres of her salamandrine fires, cold currents thrid and turn to rhythmic tidal lyres. Over the mirrors meant to glass the opulent, the sea-worm crawls, grotesque, slimed, dumb, indifferent. Jewels in joy designed to ravish the sensuous mind lie lightless, all their sparkles bleared and black and blind. Dim moon-eyed fishes near gaze at the gilded gear and query, what does this vaingloriousness down here? Well, while was fashioning this creature of cleaving wing, the imminent will that stirs and urges everything, prepared a sinister mate for her, so gaily great, a shape of ice, for the time far and dissociate. And as the smart ship grew, in stature, grace, and hue, in shadowy silent distance grew the iceberg too. Alien they seemed to be. No mortal eye could see the intimate welding of their later history, or sign that they were bent by paths coincident on being anon twin halves of one august event, till the spinner of the years said, now, and each one hears, and consummation comes and jars two hemispheres. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Emperor of Ice Cream by Wallace Stevens. Read for LibriVox.org by Alexander Fox. Call the roller of big cigars, the muscular one, and bid him whip in kitchen cups concupiscent curds. Let the wenches dawdle in such dress as they are used to wear, and let the boys bring flowers in last month's newspapers. Let B be finale of seam. The only emperor is the Emperor of Ice Cream. Take from the dresser of deal, lacking the 3 glass knobs, that sheet on which she embroidered fantails once, and spread it so as to cover her face. If her horny feet protrude, they come to show how cold she is, and dumb. Let the lamp affix its beam. The only emperor is the Emperor of Ice Cream. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Go, Lovely Rose, by Edmund Waller. Go, lovely Rose, tell her that wastes her time and me, that now she knows, when I resemble her to thee, how sweet and fair she seems to be. Tell her that's young and shuns to have her graces spied, that hadst thou sprung in deserts where no men abide, thou must have uncommended died. Small is the worth of beauty from the light retired. Bid her come forth, suffer herself to be desired, and not blush so to be admired. Then die, that she the common fate of all things rare may read in thee. How small a part of time they share, they are so wondrous sweet and fair. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
I Do Not Love Thee by Carolyn Elizabeth Sarah Norton. Read for LibriVox.org by Kristen Hughes
and Sibella Denton.
I do not love thee, no, I do not love thee. And yet, when thou art absent, I am sad, and envy even the bright blue sky above thee, whose quiet stars may see thee and be glad.
I do not love thee, yet I know not why. Whatever thou dost seems still well done to me, and often in my solitude I sigh, that those I do love are not more like thee.
I do not love thee, yet when thou art gone, I hate the sound, though those who speak be dear, which breaks the lingering echo of the tone thy voice of music leaves upon my ear.
I do not love thee, yet thy speaking eyes, with their deep, bright, and most expressive blue, between me and the midnight heaven arise, oftener than any eyes I ever knew.
I know I do not love thee, yet, alas, others will scarcely trust my candid heart, and oft I catch them smiling as they pass, because they see me gazing where thou art.
End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
I Speak Not by Lord Byron, read for LibriVox.org by Rhonda Federman. I speak not, I trace not, I breathe not thy name. There is grief in the sound, there is guilt in the fame. But the tear that now burns on my cheek may impart the deep thoughts that dwell in that silence of heart. Too brief for our passion, too long for our peace, were those hours. Can their joy or their bitterness cease? We repent, we abjure, we will break from our chain. We will part, we will fly to unite it again. O thine be the gladness, and mine be the guilt. Forgive me, adored one, forsake if thou wilt. But the heart which is thine shall expire undebased, and man shall not break it, whatever thou mayst. And stern to the haughty, but humble to thee, this soul in its bitterest blackness shall be. And our days seem as swift, and our moments more sweet, with thee at my side, than with worlds at our feet. One sigh of thy sorrow, one look of thy love, shall turn me or fix, shall reward or reprove. And the heartless may wonder at all I resign. Thy lips shall reply, not to them, but to mine. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Let Us Drink and Be Merry by Thomas Jordan. Read for LibriVox.org by Michael Robinson, Carbondale, Illinois. Let us drink and be merry, dance, joke, and rejoice, with claret and sherry, theorbo and voice. The changeable world to our joy is unjust, all treasures uncertain, then down with your dust. In frolics dispose your pounds, shilling, and pence, for we shall be nothing 100 years hence. We'll sport and be free with Moll Betty and Dolly, have oysters and lobsters to cure melancholy. Fish dinners will make a man spring like a flea. Dame Venus, love's lady, was born of the sea. With her and with Bacchus we'll tickle the sense, for we shall be past it 100 years hence. Your most beautiful bride, who with garlands is crowned, and kills with each glance as she treads on the ground, whose lightness and brightness doth shine in such splendor that one but the stars are thought fit to attend her, though now she be pleasant and sweet to the sense, will be damnably mouldy 100 years hence. Then why should we turmoil in cares and in fears, turn all our tranquillity to sighs and to tears? Let's eat, drink, and play till the worms do corrupt us. 'Tis certain, post mortem nulla voluptas. For health, wealth, and beauty, wit, learning, and sense must all come to nothing 100 years hence. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Let It Be Forgotten by Sarah Teasdale. Read for LibriVox.org by Michael Wong, 38. Let it be forgotten, as a flower is forgotten, forgotten as a fire that once was singing gold. Let it be forgotten for ever and ever. Time is a kind friend, he will make us old. If anyone asks, say it was forgotten long and long ago, as a flower, as a fire, as a hushed footfall in a long forgotten snow. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Miner by Maxwell Bodenheim. Read for LibriVox.org by Leanne Howlett. Those on the top say they know you, Earth. They are liars. You are my father, and the silence I work in is my mother. Only the son knows his father. We are alike, sweaty, inarticulate of soul, bending under thick knowledge. I drink and shout with my brothers when above you. Like most children, we soon forget the parents of our souls. But you avidly grip us again. We pay for the little noise of life we steal. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Movies by Florence Kipper Frank. Read for LibriVox.org by Clarica. She knows a cheap release from worry and from pain. The cowboys spur their horses over the unending plain. The tenement rooms are small, their walls press on the brain. Oh, the dip of the galloping horses on the limitless, wind-swept plain. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Owl and the Pussycat by Edward Lear. Read for LibriVox.org by Clarica. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar, "O lovely pussy, O pussy my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, you are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are." Pussy said to the owl, "You elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married, too long we have tarried, but what shall we do for a ring?" They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bong tree grows. And there in a wood a piggy-wig stood, with a ring at the end of his nose, his nose, his nose, with a ring at the end of his nose. "Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring?" said the piggy. "I will." So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon, and, hand in hand on the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the moon, the moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Passionate Shepherd to His Love by Christopher Marlowe. Read for LibriVox.org by Squid Varilekova. Found at frisco-squid.blogspot.com. The Passionate Shepherd to His Love by Christopher Marlowe. Come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove that valleys, groves, hills, and fields, woods, or steepy mountain yields. And we will sit upon the rocks, seeing the shepherds feed their flocks by shallow rivers, to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. And I will make thee beds of roses, and 1,000 fragrant posies, a cap of flowers, and a kirtle embroidered all with leaves of myrtle, a gown made of the finest wool, which from our pretty lambs we pull, fair-lined slippers for the cold, with buckles of the purest gold, a belt of straw and ivy buds, with coral clasps and amber studs. And if these pleasures may thee move, come live with me, and be my love. The shepherd swains shall dance and sing for thy delight each May morning. If these delights thy mind may move, then live with me and be my love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Souls by Fanny Stearns Davis. Read for LibriVox.org by Leanne Howlett. My soul goes clad in gorgeous things, scarlet and gold and blue, and at her shoulder sudden wings like long flames flicker through. And she is swallow fleet and free from mortal bonds and bars. She laughs, because eternity blossoms for her with stars. O folk who scorn my stiff grey gown, my dull and foolish face, can ye not see my soul flash down a singing flame through space? And folk whose earth-stained looks I hate, why may I not divine your souls, that must be passionate, shining and swift, as mine? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Stanzas by Lord Byron. Read for LibriVox.org by Paul Curran in the hills of northern England, February 2008. Could love forever run like a river, and time's endeavour be tried in vain, no other pleasure with this could measure, and like a treasure we'd hug the chain. But since our sighing ends not in dying, and, formed for flying, love plumes his wing, then for this reason let's love a season, but let that season be only spring. When lovers parted feel broken-hearted, and, all hopes thwarted, expect to die. A few years older, ah, how much colder they might behold her for whom they sigh. When linked together, in every weather they pluck love's feather from out his wing, he'll stay forever, but sadly shiver without his plumage when past the spring. Like chiefs of faction, his life is action, a formal paction that curbs his reign, obscures his glory. Despot no more he, such territory quits with disdain. Still advancing, with banners glancing, his power enhancing, he must move on. Repose but cloys him, retreat destroys him. Love brooks not a degraded throne. Wait not, fond lover, till years are over, and then recover as from a dream. While each bewailing, the other's failing, with wrath and railing all hideous seem. While first decreasing, yet not quite ceasing, wait not till teasing all passion blight. If once diminished, love's reign is finished, then part in friendship and bid good night. So shall affection to recollection the dear connection bring back with joy. You had not waited till, tired or hated, your passions sated began to cloy. Your last embraces leave no cold traces, the same fond faces as through the past, and eyes, the mirrors of your sweet errors, reflect but rapture, not least though last. True, separations ask more than patience. What desperations from such have risen! But yet remaining, what is but chaining hearts which, once waning, beat 'gainst their prison? Time can but cloy love, and use destroy love. The winged boy love is but for boys. You'll find it torture, though sharper, shorter, to wean and not wear out your joys. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Tear by Lord Byron. Read for LibriVox.org by Rhonda Federman. When friendship or love our sympathies move, when truth in a glance should appear, the lips may beguile with a dimple or smile, but the test of affection's a tear. Too oft is a smile but the hypocrite's wile, to mask detestation or fear. Give me the soft sigh, whilst the soul-telling eye is dimmed for a time with a tear. Mild charity's glow to us mortals below shows the soul from barbarity clear. Compassion will melt where this virtue is felt, and its dew is diffused in a tear. The man doomed to sail with the blast of the gale, through billows Atlantic to steer, as he bends o'er the wave which may soon be his grave, the green sparkles bright with a tear. The soldier braves death for a fanciful wreath in glory's romantic career, but he raises the foe when in battle laid low, and bathes every wound with a tear. When with high-bounding pride he returns to his bride, renouncing the gore-crimsoned spear, all his toils are repaid when embracing the maid, from her eyelids he kisses the tear. Sweet scene of my youth, seat of friendship and truth, where love chased each fast-fleeting year. Loath to leave thee I mourned, for a last look I turned, but thy spire was scarce seen through a tear. Though my vows I can pour to my Mary no more, my Mary to love once so dear, in the shade of her bower I remember the hour she rewarded those vows with a tear. By another possessed, may she live ever blessed. Her name still my heart must revere. With a sigh I resign what I once thought was mine, and forgive her deceit with a tear. Ye friends of my heart, ere from you I depart, this hope to my breast is most near. If again we shall meet in this rural retreat, may we meet as we part with a tear. When my soul wings her flight to the regions of night, and my body shall sleep on its bier, as ye pass by the tomb where my ashes consume, O moisten their dust with a tear. May no marble bestow the splendor of woe which the children of vanity rear. No fiction of fame shall emblazon my name. All I ask, all I wish, is a tear. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Echoing Green by William Blake. Read for LibriVox by Colin McRoberts. The Echoing Green. The sun does arise, and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring, to welcome the spring. The skylark, and thrush, and birds of the bush, sing louder around, to the bells' cheerful sound, while our sports shall be seen on the echoing green. Old John, with white hair, does laugh away care, sitting under the oak, among the old folk. They laugh at our play, and soon they all say, such were the joys, when we all, girls and boys, in our youth time were seen on the echoing green, till the little ones, weary, no more can be merry. The sun does descend, and our sports have an end. Round the laps of their mothers, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest, and sport no more seen on the darkening green. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Two Old Bachelors by Edward Lear. Read for LibriVox.org by Andrew Macbeth. 2 old bachelors were living in one house. One caught a muffin, the other caught a mouse. Said he who caught the muffin to him who caught the mouse, "This happens just in time, for we've nothing in the house, save a tiny slice of lemon and a teaspoonful of honey. And what to do for dinner, since we haven't any money? And what can we expect if we haven't any dinner, but to lose our teeth and eyelashes, and keep on growing thinner?" Said he who caught the mouse to him who caught the muffin, "We might cook this little mouse, if we only had some stuffin'. If we had but sage and onion, we could do extremely well. But how to get that stuffin', it is difficult to tell." Those 2 old bachelors ran quickly to the town, and asked for sage and onion as they wandered up and down. They borrowed 2 large onions, but no sage was to be found in the shops, or in the market, or in all the gardens round. But some one said, "A hill there is, a little to the north, and to its perpendicular top a narrow way leads forth. And there among the rugged rocks abides an ancient sage, an earnest man, who reads all day a most perplexing page. Climb up, and seize him by the toes, all studious as he sits, and pull him down, and chop him into endless little bits. Then mix him with your onion, cut up likewise into scraps, when your stuffin' will be ready, and very good, perhaps." Those 2 old bachelors, without loss of time, the nearly perpendicular crags at once began to climb, and at the top, among the rocks, all seated in a nook, they saw that sage a-reading of a most enormous book. "You earnest sage," aloud they cried, "your book you've read enough in. We wish to chop you into bits, to mix you into stuffin'." But that old sage looked calmly up, and with his awful book at those 2 bachelors' bald heads a certain aim he took, and over crag and precipice they rolled promiscuous down. At once they rolled, and never stopped in lane or field or town. And when they reached their house, they found, besides their want of stuffin', the mouse had fled, and, previously, had eaten up the muffin. They left their home in silence by the once convivial door, and from that hour those bachelors were never heard of more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Widow's Lament in Springtime by William Carlos Williams. Read for LibriVox.org. Sorrow is my own yard, where the new grass flames as it has flamed often before, but not with the cold fire that closes round me this year. 35 years I lived with my husband. The plum tree is white today with masses of flowers. Masses of flowers load the cherry branches and color some bushes yellow and some red. But the grief in my heart is stronger than they. For though they were my joy formerly, today I notice them and turn away forgetting. Today my son told me that in the meadows, at the edge of the heavy woods in the distance, he saw trees of white flowers. I feel that I would like to go there and fall into those flowers and sink into the marsh near them. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Read by Alan Davis Drake.